She left the market just as morning broke, the cobblestones still cool beneath her coat, a baguette warm and golden in her arm, and grapes in every color free from harm. She turned the corner where the staircase rose, through the garden where the pink rose grows. The marble gleamed with soft and golden hue, and up above the sky was brilliant blue. She paused a moment at the bottom stair, and breathed the sweetness floating in the air. The white cat called to her from up above, the kind of morning made entirely of love. The morning she climbed the stairs, with grapes and bread beyond compare. The roses blooming on the railing, the city waking soft and waiting, up and up through golden air. The morning she climbed the stairs. Each step revealed another piece of sky, the dome above the city catching light up high. She watched the cypress trees against the glow, still standing tall from evening long ago. The terracotta pots in warm soft bloom held roses that could fill the morning room. She touched one petal as she passed the ledge, and smiled at everything along the edge. The white cat waited patient as before. He knew this sound, had heard it every floor. She reached his landing and she set things down, and looked together at the waking town. The morning she climbed the stairs, with grapes and bread beyond compare. The roses blooming on the railing, the city waking soft and waiting, up and up through golden air. The morning she climbed the stairs. The dome above the skyline catches gold, a story that this staircase always told. She lifts the basket, breathes the morning in, and feels the quiet joy of where she's been. This staircase knows her footsteps, every one. It holds her mornings just like it holds the sun. The morning she climbed the stairs, with grapes and bread beyond compare. The roses blooming on the railing, the city waking soft and waiting, up and up through golden air. The morning she climbed the stairs. Up she goes, through the morning as it flows, marble steps and golden light. Everything about this morning right. The bread was warm before the sun was high. She held it close and watched the open sky. White clouds were building over the old dome, as if the morning wanted to come home. The staircase stretched before her long and wide, with terracotta roses on each side. She breathed the morning in without a care, and felt the soft weight lifting in the air. The city hummed below the marble stair. Palm trees were swaying in the morning air. She shifted grapes and oranges in her hold, and every color shone like soft warm gold. Baguette under the open sky, morning drifting softly by, white clouds over the old stone dome, the staircase leading her back home. Up she climbs through blue and light, everything this morning right. The white cat on the landing turned his head and watched her coming with the morning bread. He rose and stretched his paws along the stone, as if to say she'd never be alone. She laughed a little, lifted up the loaf, and let the golden crust shine like a hope, then tucked it back and shifted up the stair, with all the morning brightness in her hair. The dome gleamed soft above the cypress line, the city slow and warm like morning wine. She took each step with easy morning grace, a quiet smile across her gentle face. Baguette under the open sky, morning drifting softly by, white clouds over the old stone dome, the staircase leading her back home. Up she climbs through blue and light, everything this morning right. She didn't rush, she never had to hear. Each morning on this staircase felt so clear. The roses caught the light and held it still. The cat sat warm against the morning chill. She thought of nothing more than this one thing, the way a morning staircase makes you sing. Baguette under the open sky, morning drifting softly by, white clouds over the old stone dome, the staircase leading her back home. Up she climbs through blue and light, everything this morning right. Bread and grapes and morning blue, everything she ever knew was right here on the marble stair, breathing in the golden air. He found his spot before the sun had turned, the marble warm from all the heat it earned. He tucked his paws beneath his chest of white and watched the morning come from left to right. The roses pink beside him caught the glow. He blinked his eyes as if he'd always known that she would come with bread and fruit and grace, the only one who ever loved this place. The city far below was just a sound. His whole world fit the square of morning ground. He heard her footsteps somewhere on the stair and lifted up his nose to catch the air. White cat on the warm stone waits, opens up the morning gates, her green dress in the distance swaying, all the morning music playing. He is still, but inside bright. White cat in the morning light. She rounded up the corner near the bloom of roses tucked inside their terracotta room. He stood and stretched the full length of his bones and moved to greet her on the morning stones. She set the basket down beside her feet and reached to find the place he loved to meet. Behind his ear, beneath his morning chin, and all the day could properly begin. The baguette rested golden on the step, the grapes inside the basket softly kept. She scratched his fur and watched the city shine, and everything about the morning fine. White cat on the warm stone waits, opens up the morning gates, her green dress in the distance swaying, all the morning music playing. He is still, but inside bright. White cat in the morning light. There are no clocks upon this marble stair, no rush or hurry floating in the air. Just the cat, the bread, the roses pink, the city down below, the railings break. She stays a moment longer than she should, because the morning here is always good. White cat on the warm stone waits, opens up the morning gates, her green dress in the distance swaying, all the morning music playing. He is still, but inside bright. White cat in the morning light. Warm stone, white cat, morning clear. Everything she loves is here. Marble cool beneath her feet, and the morning full and sweet. We planted roses here before she came. Each spring they grew again and stayed the same. Pink petals on the white and weathered stone, a garden that would never be alone. She passed them every morning on the stair, their fragrance lifting softly in the air. Held them close and warm, like arms that kept them safe from any storm. She always paused beside the fullest bloom, its petals open like a morning room, and breathed it in before she climbed the rest. The way you hold the things you love the best. Roses along the balustrade, in the morning light and shade, against the stone, making sure she's never alone. Every petal soft and bright. Roses in the morning light. The white cat sat among the terracotta pots. He watched her fingers touch the morning knots of roses curling up the railing high, while overhead the clouds crossed the blue sky. She shifted her basket to the other hand and let the roses bloom the way they planned, each flower like a note inside a song that plays all morning, soft and low and long. The Baguette golden rested on her arm. The city woke below without alarm. She took one rose and placed it in her hair and climbed the final steps without a care. Roses along the balustrade in the morning light and shade, pink and white against the stone, making sure she's never alone. Every petal soft and bright, roses in the morning light. There's something in a rose beside a stair that makes the climbing easier to bear. Each petal is a reason to go up. Each fragrance is the taste inside the cup. She climbs and the roses climb beside her too, and both of them are reaching for the blue. Roses along the balustrade in the morning light and shade, pink and white against the stone, making sure she's never alone. Every petal soft and bright, roses in the morning light. Roses, roses, soft and true, morning pink against the blue. She carries more than bread today. She carries beauty all the way. She'd chosen every piece with careful hands, the purple grapes from warm and sunny lands, the oranges that glowed like little suns, the apples round and bright like morning ones. She lined them in the basket one by one before the market opened in the sun. And now she carried all that color high above the rooftops toward the morning sky. The wicker held its weight with gentle ease. The fruits inside moved soft like morning seas. She watched the colors catching morning light, and everything about this felt so right. The fruit basket morning shines, every color, every vine, grapes and oranges and more, everything the market bore. Stairs with colors bright, the fruit basket morning light. The white cat on the landing leaned his head as if he smelled the fruit before the bread. She laughed and lifted up the basket wide so he could see the bounty tucked inside. He sniffed the grapes and stepped aside politely, then sat and watched her rest the basket lightly upon the marble while she caught her breath and looked down at the city's morning stretch. The dome above the square shone golden round, the market bells still echoed as a sound. She sorted through the fruit and checked each one, then lifted up the basket toward the sun. The fruit basket morning shines, every color, every vine, grapes and oranges and more, everything the market market board, up the stairs with colors bright, the fruit basket, morning light. There's joy in simple color in the hand, and fruit that grew from warm and patient land, and carrying it home through morning air, past roses and a cat who's always there. The staircase holds the weight of every day. But mornings like this make it feel like play. The fruit basket morning shines, every color, every vine, grapes and oranges and more, everything the market board, up the stairs with colors bright, the fruit basket morning light, grapes and gold and morning blue colors she is carrying through, up the stairs into the day, the fruit basket leading all the way. The first light touched the marble before dawn, before the city stirred and carried on. It turned the stairs to something close to gold, a quiet gift the morning always told. She came before the light had spread too far, still cool enough to see the fading star, her basket swinging soft against her side, the baguette tucked with warm and golden pride. She stepped into the sunlit marble lane and felt the warmth begin to rise again. The white cat lifted up his sleepy head and stretched his paws along his morning bed. Sunlit marble at first light, everything is warm and right, golden steps and golden air, pink roses blooming everywhere. She walks through morning soft and slow, sunlit marble, letting go. The squares of sunlight fell across the stair in patterns made of morning light and air. She climbed through shadow, climbed through gold, each step a morning story to be told. The terracotta pots held close their blooms, like little red and orange morning rooms. She watched the palm fronds catch the early breeze and felt the kind of calm that always frees. The dome above the city caught the gold, more beautiful than any story told. She shifted up her basket, grapes and all, and heard the morning echo down the hall. Sunlit marble at first light, everything is warm and right, golden steps and golden air, pink roses blooming everywhere. She walks through morning soft and slow, sunlit marble, letting go. There's something about marble touched by sun that makes you feel the day has well begun. The cold of night still lives inside the stone, to bring it home. She places one flat palm against the wall and feels the morning answer to her call. Sunlit marble at first light, everything is warm and right. Golden steps and golden air, pink roses blooming everywhere. She walks through morning soft and slow. Sunlit marble, letting go. Light on marble, first of day. Morning finding its own way. Golden stairs and golden hair. She is somewhere on that stair. She didn't know the name of what she hummed, just something from the morning market drummed into her heart while she was picking fruit. A melody without a name or root. She climbed the stairs and let the music rise. Between the roses and the morning skies, the white cat cocked his head at what he heard, as if the tune was better than a word. The city far below could hear it too, the hum that floated up the morning blue. The marble steps seemed lighter with the song, the basket easier to carry along. She hummed on the stone steps softly, moving through the morning, mostly lost inside a tune without a name. Every morning coming up the same, grapes and bread and morning song. She hummed the whole way all along. The baguette tucked beside her like a friend, a morning that she hoped would never end. She hummed through every landing, every turn, through every place the morning light would burn. The dome above the city heard her too, it held the echo in its morning blue. The cypress trees stood straight like they were pleased, and every terracotta rose was eased. The white cat followed close behind her steps, as if the tune could chase away all debts. She laughed and hummed a little louder then, and felt the morning open once again. She hummed on the stone steps softly, moving through the morning, mostly lost inside a tune without a name. Every morning coming up the same, grapes and bread and morning song. She hummed the whole way all along. Some mornings need no words to fill the air, just breathe and sound and light upon the stair. The music that she carries isn't heard, it lives between the notes of every word. She hums because the morning asks her to, and the staircase hums along the whole way through. She hummed on the stone steps softly, moving through the morning, mostly lost inside a tune without a name. Every morning coming up the same, grapes and bread and morning song. She hummed the whole way all along. Humming, truly all alone. The morning hums along with her, and everything begins to stir. She stepped outside, and there it was again, the dome above the city through the lane. It rose above the rooftops, pale and bright, a landmark holding up the morning light. She balanced basket, grapes, and golden bread, and looked up at the dome above her head. The palm tree swayed between her and the sky, and white clouds drifted easy, drifting by. She made her way toward the marble stair, the dome a compass floating in the air, the basket swinging gentle at her side. The morning city stretching far and wide, the basket and the blue dome calling, morning soft and slowly falling. She climbs with grapes and bread and grace, a smile lighting up her face. The dome above the city gleams, everything is more than dreams. The white cat waited at the second turn, where roses caught the light, the morning's urn. He watched her come with everything she carried, as if each morning moment should be married to the next and to the one before. She was the thing the staircase was made for. She reached his spot and paused to touch his head, while both of them looked up at what was said. The dome above the old Baroque sky was something neither one could say goodbye. She lifted up her basket to the sun, as if to say the morning had begun. The basket and the blue dome calling, morning soft and slowly falling. She climbs with grapes and bread and grace, a smile lighting up her face. The dome above the city gleams, everything is more than dreams. Between the basket and the dome above is everything she ever chose to love. The fruit, the bread, the stairs, the roses bright, the white cat in the morning's gentlest light. She is the thread between the earth and sky, the reason mornings never say goodbye. The basket and the blue dome calling, morning soft and slowly falling. She climbs with grapes and bread and grace, a smile lighting up her face. The dome above the city gleams, everything is more than dreams. Basket light and dome above, morning built from quiet love. She climbs and the dome grows near, everything she loves is here. He was there before the light had spread, before before the roses opened, before she'd said good morning to the city down below, before the dome had caught its morning glow. He chose the second landing as his place, and waited there with quiet morning grace. His white fur soft against the marble gray, the first familiar face of every day. She always knew that he would be right there, his stillness like a gift inside the air. And when she finally climbed to where he sat, she never rushed past more than just the cat. Morning with the white cat waiting, morning always worth creating. On the marble cool and bright, he is there in morning light. She will stop and he will stay. Morning with the white cat every day. She set the basket down beside his paws and watched him sniff the fruit without a pause. He stepped around the oranges and grapes as if he was reviewing morning shapes. She laughed and scratched the place behind his ear. The city woke below without a fear. And for a moment on that landing wide, there was nowhere else she'd rather be inside. The Baguette rested golden on the step, the roses bloomed in pink without a prep. She stayed a little longer than she meant, and felt the whole of morning come and went. Morning with the white cat waiting, morning always worth creating. On the marble cool and bright, he is there in morning light. She will stop and he will stay. Morning with the white cat every day. Some mornings have a wait that needs a friend, a white cat at a landing round the bend. He never asked for anything at all, just sits and waits inside the morning hall. She gives him time and he gives her his calm, and morning is the softest kind of balm. Morning with the white cat waiting, morning always worth creating. On the marble cool and bright, he is there in morning light. She will stop and he will stay. Morning with the white cat every day. White cat, morning stone, either one of them alone. She will come and he will stay. Morning with the white cat every day. The staircase was the grandest in the square, with balustrades and roses everywhere. It rose from cobblestone to terrace high, a marble ladder leaning on the sky. She climbed it every morning since the was spring, and every morning felt like everything. The weight of fruit and bread was never heavy when the staircase held you close and steady. The white cat at the landing watched her come, his eyes half closed against the morning sun. She saw him there and smiled without a sound. The best thing on the staircase to be found. Up the grand staircase she goes, past the roses, past the bows of pink flowers on the stone, never climbing it alone. Up and up through morning gold, the grand staircase, never old. The city spread below each time she turned, the way a city slowly always learns to wake beneath the ones who rise above it, the ones who love the morning just because it gives them stairs and roses, cats and bread, and every color that the market said. She carried all of it with easy grace, and felt at home in every single place. The dome above the far end of the square was watching her the way that monuments care. She lifted up the baguette like a toast to everything she loved the very most. Up the grand staircase she goes, past the roses, past the bows of pink flowers on the stone, never climbing it alone. Up and up through morning gold, the grand staircase, never old. A grand staircase is not just stone and time, it's every morning climbed in morning rhyme. It's where the city meets the open sky, and everything below can say goodbye. She puts her foot upon the highest step and breathes in all the morning she has kept. Up the grand staircase she goes, past the roses, past the bows of pink flowers on the stone, never climbing it alone. Up and up through morning gold, the grand staircase, never old. Grand and golden, step by step, every morning that she kept. Up the staircase, up the light, everything about this right. The pots were placed there years before she came. Terracotta, warm and always much the same. They lined each step from bottom all the way. to where the landing opened into day. And every pot held roses pink and full, as if the morning had its own sweet pull. She passed them every morning on the stair, and felt their warmth come rising in the air. The white cat rested near the largest pot, where morning sun had made the marble hut. He stretched and watched her come from down below, as if he'd seen 100 mornings so. The terracotta morning glows, every pot a morning rose, pink against the golden stone. Terracotta, never alone, she walks through warmth and bloom today. The terracotta morning way. She thought the pots were like small morning suns, each one a different season as it runs, from early spring through summer hot and bright, into the soft of autumn's gentle light. She stopped beside a cluster near the bend, where roses seemed to think they'd never end, and breathed the morning fragrance rising there, while all the city woke upon the air. The basket full of grapes and oranges bright was heavy in the morning golden light. She shifted it and looked up at the dome, and felt the way a staircase feels like home. The terracotta morning glows, every pot a morning rose, pink against the golden stone. Terracotta, never alone, she walks through warmth and bloom today. The terracotta morning way. What is morning without terracotta red, without the roses waking overhead, without the warmth that clay holds through the night, without the pink that blooms in morning light? She is grateful for each pot and bloom that turns a staircase to a morning room. The terracotta morning glows, every pot a morning rose, pink against the golden stone. Terracotta, never alone, she walks through warmth and bloom today. The terracotta morning way. Red and pink and morning stone, every pot a morning home. She climbs through warmth and gentle bloom. The terracotta morning room. She chose them with such careful, patient hands, the purple ones from warm and sunlit lands, the green ones bright and cool against the dark, each grape a tiny lamp, a morning spark. She laid them in the basket on the cloth, as gentle as you'd handle morning broth. And now they swayed beside her on the stair, their colors giving light to the cool air. The white cat sniffed the air and caught sweet of grapes and morning floating on the heat. He followed close behind her on the stone, as if the grapes were something to be known. Grapes in her basket, soft and round, the most beautiful thing she found. Purple, green, and morning gold, better than a story told. Up she carries everyone, grapes shining in the morning sun. The dome above the city watched them too, two purple clusters hanging in the blue. She lifted up the basket high enough to let the grapes catch light against the rough old stone facade of all the morning wall, and every grape reflected staircase hall. She smiled because the morning always knew that grapes were made for mornings just like you. The baguette rested golden at her side. The roses watched from their terracotta pride. She shifted all the fruit from arm to arm and felt the morning fill with gentle charm. Grapes in her basket, soft and round, the most beautiful thing she found. Purple, green, and morning gold, better than a story told. Up she carries everyone, grapes shining in the morning sun. There is a kind of wealth in morning fruit that money cannot match and time can't mute. It lives in the weight of something good, in carrying the things you've always would. She carries grapes because she loves their weight, and every morning carries them to grave. Grapes in her basket, soft and round, the most beautiful thing she found. Purple, green, and morning gold, better than a story told. Up she carries everyone, grapes shining in the morning sun. Grapes and morning, hand in hand, more beautiful than she had planned. She carries them above the town, grapes in her basket, never down. The old city at dawn is something rare, when only she and the white cat share the marble stairs and the quiet air before the morning fills the square. The rooftops glow in amber, soft and warm. The dome above the skyline holds its form. The palm trees barely move against the still, and she climbs up the morning with a will. Her basket holds the color of the day, the grapes and bread she carried from the way. The city hums below but doesn't know the beauty of this staircase in the glow. The old city at dawn is hers, before the morning fully stirs. She and the white cat on this stair. The roses open in the air, the dome and sky and cobblestone. The old city, not alone. She loves the city most at this 1 hour, before the heat, before the clock's last power, when everything is soft and slow and light, and all the buildings shimmer with the night still leaving in their corners, in their eaves. The city is a place that always breathes, but breathing softest in this morning space. Before the day has fully found its face, she rests one hand upon the old stone wall and listens to the morning's gentle call. The white cat moves beside her without sound, as if they're the only two around. The old city at dawn is hers, before the morning fully stirs. She and the white cat on the stair, the roses open in the air, the dome and sky and cobblestone. The old city, not alone. Old cities hold their mornings differently than new ones built with glass and modernity. The marble has a memory of feet that climbed before her through this morning heat. She is part of it, another one who loves this city before the day's begun. The old city at dawn is hers, before the morning fully stirs. She and the white cat on the stair, the roses open in the air, the dome and sky and cobblestone. The old city, not alone. Old city, dawn and stone. She is never truly alone. The morning knows her name. Every morning, much the same. The green dress caught the morning as she moved, each step a rhythm perfectly well grooved. The polka dots like tiny morning stars against the marble worn by years and scars. She held her basket with one steady hand and let the dress move soft the way she planned. The white cat watched the hem trace through the air, as if it were a flag of something rare. The morning wind came soft along the stair and lifted up her dress beyond compare. She laughed and held the basket a little tighter, the morning making everything feel lighter. Her dress on the marble steps, green and soft as morning kept. Every step the fabric swings, like the dress itself it sings, moving through the morning air. Her dress on the marble stair. She wore the same green dress most every day, because it was the perfect morning way. The color of the cypress in the light, the color of the morning feeling right. Against the marble white, it was a contrast, a living thing among the things that outlast. blazing on the worn stone stair. Her dress the most alive thing in the air. The roses pink beside her caught the view, and bent their heads as if they always knew that she would pass in green before the heat, and make the morning holy feel complete. Her dress on the marble steps, green and soft as morning kept. Every step the fabric swings, like the dress itself it sings, moving through the morning air. Her dress on the marble stair. A dress on a staircase is a kind of song. The way it moves is how you know you belong. To mornings and to stairs and to the light, to the city waking on your left and right. She moves and the dress moves and the day begins. And every morning always wins. Her dress on the marble steps, green and soft as morning kept. Every step the fabric swings, like the dress itself it sings, moving through the morning air. Her dress on the marble stair. Green dress, marble stair. Morning lifting in the air. She climbs and the dress climbs too, into the morning fresh and new. He chose a spot beside the tallest rose, the one that bloomed the widest morning nose. He tucked his white paws neatly on the stone, and waited in the fragrance all alone. The terracotta pot beside him held a dozen blooms that morning light had felled into a soft pink glow against the wall. And he was smaller than the roses, small. She spotted him before she reached his stare, the white against the pink beyond compare. A cat inside a garden on the climb, the most perfect thing she'd seen this time. The cat beside the roses sits like everything around him fits, white and pink on morning stone. Never truly all alone, he watches her come step by step. The cat beside the roses kept. She reached him and she crouched down to his height, and both of them were bathed in morning light. The roses framed them softly from above, a photograph of morning cats and love. She touched his ear and he closed both his eyes, the way a cat says yes without goodbyes. The basket on the marble rested there, how they shared the morning in the air. The baguette golden leaned against the pot, the grapes inside the basket in their spot. The dome above the city watched them both, this morning moment like a quiet oath. The cat beside the roses sits like everything around him fits, white and pink on morning stone. Never truly all alone, he watches her come step by step. The cat beside the roses kept. There's a kind of beauty in a cat and rose that the morning always somehow always knows to put together on a marble stair before the heat arrives, before the glare. She photographs it in her mind each day. The white cat and the roses on display. The cat beside the roses sits like everything around him fits, white and pink on morning stone. Never truly all alone, he watches her come step by step. The cat beside the roses kept, white cat, pink rose, morning stone. The most beautiful thing she's known, she climbs past them every day. The cat beside the roses stays. The dome was there before she learned to climb. It stood above the city, measuring time. She saw it first from down in the square below, a perfect circle catching morning glow. And every year she'd found a staircase near that brought her slightly closer to its sphere. Now every morning on the marble stair, the dome was more than something in the air. She felt the distance closing step by step, each morning bringing her a little kept inside the orbit of the golden dome that made this city feel entirely home. Climbing toward the dome above, climbing toward the things she loves. Every step the dome grows near, the most beautiful thing from here. Up the marble, up the stone, climbing toward the dome alone. The white cat at the landing knew somehow that she was always climbing toward that vow she'd made to herself on the market square, to never stop until she got up there. The basket swinging golden in the light, the grapes and bread and everything just right. She watched the dome grow warmer in the sun and felt the climbing had already begun. The terracotta pots lined up below, the roses in their morning orange glow. She passed them all and kept her eyes above on the round and golden things she loved. Climbing toward the dome above, climbing toward the things she loves. Every step the dome grows near, the most beautiful thing from here. Up the marble, up the stone, climbing toward the dome alone. The dome is patient, waiting at the top. It never told her she should ever stop. It catches every morning's light for her and holds it in its old and golden curve. she climbs because the dome is always there. A reason written in the morning air. Oh, climbing toward the dome above, climbing toward the things she loves. Every step the dome grows near, the most beautiful thing from here. Up the marble, up the stone, climbing toward the dome alone. Dome above, stairs below, she is in the morning flow. Step by step, the dome grows near. Everything she loves is here. The baker had it ready before light, still warm from the oven overnight. She tucked it under arm the usual way, a golden baguette starting every day. The crust was crisp and gave beneath her touch, a simple thing that always meant so much. She left the market with it in her hold and headed for the staircase in the cold. The morning air was cool against the bread. She smelled the warmth of everything she said. Good morning to the baker in the square, and carried his best work into the air. The market bread at morning warm, carried through the early storm of cold that lives before the sun, before the morning has begun. Bread and stairs and morning light. The market bread makes everything right. She reached the staircase as the first light broke, and the marble out of darkness slowly woke. The white cat at the landing lifted high his nose to catch the bread against the sky. She laughed and held it closer than before, the way you hold the things that you adore. The grapes inside the basket caught the glow, and everything was moving soft and slow. The dome above the city caught the light, the bread still warm against the morning bright. She climbed the final steps with basket full, and felt the morning's warm and gentle pull. The market bread at morning warm, carried through the early storm of cold that lives before the sun, before the morning has begun. Bread and stairs and morning light. The market bread makes everything right. There's nothing quite like bread that's freshly made, carried through the morning light and shade. It says that someone woke before you did, and made the warmth inside the morning hid. She carries it because it carries her into a morning nothing can deter. Morning warm, carried through the early storm of cold that lives before the sun, before the morning has begun. Bread and stairs and morning light. The market spaces left between the shelves of sky and marble, palm and terrace wall, until the whole staircase becomes a hall of golden warmth that touches every seam and makes the morning feel just like a dream. She climbed into it with her basket wide, the summer morning carrying her inside. The white cat found a shadow near the rose and watched her pass from where the coolness flows. She waved at him and kept her steady climb through summer stone and summer morning time. Stone stairs in the summer light, warm and golden, warm and bright. Every step a different heat, every landing cool and sweet. She moves through summer step by step. Stone stairs in the summer kept. The grapes inside her basket caught the gold, more beautiful than any summer told. She lifted up the basket to the sun and let the light confirm what she had done. Each piece of fruit a summer in itself, each orange like a jewel on a shelf. She held them up and laughed because she could, because the summer morning felt so good. The dome above the summer city gleamed, more golden than the summer ever seemed. She pressed her back against the staircase rail and breathed the summer morning without fail. Stone stairs in the summer light, warm and golden, warm and bright. Every step a different heat, every landing cool and sweet. She moves through summer step by step. Stone stairs in the summer kept. Summer on a staircase has a weight that winter and the autumn cannot state. It presses down and holds you to the stone and makes you glad you never climb alone. The cat, the roses, and the summer air are everything a staircase needs to share. Stone stairs in the summer light, warm and golden, warm and bright. Every step a different heat, every landing cool and sweet. She moves through summer step by step. Stone stairs in the summer kept. Summer stone and morning gold, more beautiful than being told. She climbs through summer step by stone. The warmest morning she has known. There's a photograph she keeps inside her mind of the two of them. The morning light would find her in the green dress on the marble stair, the white cat at her ankle standing there. roses pink beside them on the wall, the dome above them watching over all. She didn't need a camera for this one. It lived inside her, softer than the sun. He followed her the morning she was slow, and sat beside her at the places she would go. She scratched his chin and he would close his eyes, and morning was the gift without a price. She and the white cat on the stair, morning floating in the air. She and the white cat, just those two, under the dome and the morning blue. She and the white cat, every day. She and the white cat, come what may. She never named him, never had to try. Some friendships need no name to signify. He was just the white cat on the stone, who made the staircase feel less like alone. She brought him nothing but her daily climb, her passing presence nothing but her time. And he gave back the gift of being there, a patient white companion on the stair. The basket full of color at her side, the baguette warm with morning golden pride. She set it down beside him on the stone, and both of them shared everything they'd known. She and the white cat on the stair, morning floating in the air. She and the white cat, just those two, under the dome and the morning blue. She and the white cat, every day. She and the white cat, come what may. The city doesn't know about these two, the woman in the green dress and the view of white against the marble in the sun. The way a morning friendship is begun, she climbs, and he is always, always there. The white cat is the reason for the stare. She and the white cat on the stair, morning floating in the air. She and the white cat, just those two, under the dome and the morning blue. She and the white cat, every day. She and the white cat, come what may. She and the cat and she, the most beautiful thing to be, on a marble stair at morning light. She and the white cat, everything right. The iron railing runs the whole way through, from bottom stair to where the sky turns blue. And climbing up beside it all the way are roses planted many years away. Pink and white they intertwine the iron, a morning garden no one needs to hire. She runs her fingers soft along the rail, and feels the roses tell their morning tale. The white cat watched from just above her reach, as if the roses had a lesson each. She touched a bloom and felt its morning cool. The railing and the roses morning school. The railing and the roses run all the way into the sun. Iron cool and roses warm, morning their different names. The deep pink ones that always stayed the same, the lighter ones that open wide at dawn before the morning heat could carry on. The white ones near the top that smelled the most were always what she loved to love the most. She saved the best one for her highest step and breathed it in the way that memory kept. The basket heavy on her steady arm, the baguette golden safe from any harm. She paused beside the railing at the top, a morning moment she could hardly stop. The railing and the roses run all the way into the sun. Iron cool and roses warm, morning in its sweetest form. She climbs beside them step by step, the railing and the roses kept. An iron railing and a climbing rose is more than what the morning ever shows. It's years of someone tending to the stone, making sure the staircase isn't alone. She benefits from all that morning care each time she climbs through fragrance in the air. The railing and the roses run all the way into the sun. Iron cool and roses warm, morning in its sweetest form. She climbs beside them step by step, the railing and the roses kept. Railing cool and roses bright, iron and bloom in morning light. She touches both and climbs the stair, the railing and the roses there. From the highest step she looked down far at the orange rooftops like a morning jar of marmalade spread out below the stairs. The whole city waking, nobody cares that she is up above them on the stone, with grapes and baguette, not entirely alone. The white cat pressed against her green dress hem, and both of them looked down at all of them. The dome was level with her on the stair, a perfect companion floating in the air. She never felt as free as on this step above the rooftops where the morning kept. Morning above the rooftops glows, that's where she always goes. Higher than the orange tiles, higher than the morning miles. She stands above the waking town, morning above the rooftops, never down. The palm trees from up here were smaller now, their fronds like little green hands taking vow against the blue sky stretching all around. The most beautiful she'd ever found, a morning above morning, step above the place where ordinary turns to love. She breathed it in and felt the whole thing rise, the city and the dome and morning skies. The basket rested cool beside her feet, the baguette golden in the morning heat. She didn't want to leave the highest stair, the whole world soft and beautiful up there. Morning above the rooftops glows, that's where she always goes. Higher than the orange tiles, higher than the morning miles. She stands above the waking town, city in the light is to be inside a different kind of ride, where all the weight of ordinary days gets lifted in the morning golden haze. She comes here every morning for this reason, to be above the city for a season. Morning above the rooftops glows, that's where she always goes. Higher than the orange tiles, higher than the morning miles. She stands above the waking town. Morning above the rooftops, never down. Above the rooftops, morning clear, everything she loves is here. She stands up on the highest stair. Morning floating in the air. She never bought the bread to leave behind. The baguette was the most important find of every morning market she would pass. The golden loaf that somehow always lasts into the afternoon and even more. A piece of morning keeping at the door. She carried it beneath her careful arm, through all the morning beauty and its charm. The white cat knew the bread before he saw. He lifted up his nose without a flaw. She laughed because he always found the smell before she reached the landing where he fell. The baguette she carried home all the way along the stone, golden warm against her side. Morning's most beloved ride, up the stairs and through the air. The baguette she carried there. She thought about the baker in the square, who started well before the morning air had touched the city into waking life, who'd mixed the dough before the morning's light. She carried all his early work up high, past roses, cats, and dome against the sky. And when she reached the top, she felt the weight of everything the morning chose to state. The grapes beside the baguette in the hole were everything the morning told. She set it down and looked across the view, and felt the morning golden, warm and true. The baguette she carried home all the way along the stone, golden warm against her side. Morning's most beloved ride, up the stairs and through the air. The baguette she carried there. A baguette carried home is more than bread. It's everything the morning said about the simple life and how it fills the space between the stairs and all the hills. She is the one who carries it up high and gives the morning bread a morning sky. The baguette she carried home all the way along the stone, golden warm against her side. Morning's most finally slows. She carries it above the town. The baguette, never letting down. The old steps held the warmth from yesterday, long into the cool of morning's early wave. She pressed her palm flat on the marble wide, and felt the day before still living inside. The staircase, older than her grandmother's time, had held 1,000 mornings in its rhyme. And now it held her morning too with care, the warmth of every foot that ever climbed there. She thought of all the people on this stair before her, climbing through the morning air with baskets, bread, and hope and morning light. Each one of them had found this morning right. Warmth on the old steps, always there. Mornings held inside the stone with care. Every year the marble keeps, every morning that it sleeps. She puts her palm against the stair and feels the warmth already there. The white cat on the warm step knew it too. He pressed his belly flat into the view of morning light and stored up yesterday, the marble giving warmth along the way. She crouched beside him and they shared the stone, to warm things on an old step, not alone. The roses breathed beside them in the heat, and everything the morning chose felt sweet. The baguette golden leaning on her arm, the grapes inside the basket safe from harm. She let her hand rest on the marble long before she stood and carried on the song. Warmth on the old steps, always there. Mornings held inside the stone with care. Every year the marble keeps, every morning that it sleeps. She puts her palm against the stair and feels the warmth already there. What comfort is there in a warm old stone that something kept the night before alone, held it through the dark until the light gave everything back from the night. She is the one who finds it in the morning, the warmth the old steps kept without a warning. Warmth on the old steps, always there. Mornings held inside the stone with care. Every year the marble keeps, every morning that it sleeps. She puts her palm against the stair and feels the warmth already there. Warm old stone beneath her hand, everything just as she planned. She climbs through warmth from days before. The old steps giving more and the cypress line above the morning in its morning shine. Each cloud was shaped by something soft and slow, a different white against the morning glow. She watched them move as if they had somewhere that mattered less than this one morning stare. The white cat looked up with her for a while. Two faces turned to morning in one style. She laughed and he blinked once and looked away, as if the clouds were just another day. White clouds and the staircase, both up high, both belonging to the morning sky. She stands between the marble and the blue. The clouds and she are both just passing through. White and soft and morning clear, white clouds and the staircase here. The dome below, the clouds caught every white and turned it into something more than light. She held her basket up a little higher, as if to show the clouds what she'd acquire. From the market and the morning square, the grapes, the bread, the fragrance in the air, and the clouds drifted on without a care, while she remained upon the marble stair. The roses pink below, the white above, were everything a morning day could love. She breathed the cloud cooled air along the stair and felt the morning lifting in the air. White clouds and the staircase, both up high, both belonging to the morning sky. She stands between the marble and the blue. The clouds and she are both just passing through. White and soft and morning clear, white clouds and the staircase here. Clouds and staircases have something shared. They both reach upward from the things that cared, to build them or to form them in the light. The clouds from water, stairs from morning right. She is the bridge between them on the stone, a woman with her basket, not alone. White clouds and the staircase, both up high, both belonging to the morning sky. She stands between the marble and the blue. The clouds and she are both just passing through. White and soft and morning clear, white clouds and the staircase here. Clouds above and stairs below, she is in the morning flow. White and marble, sky and stone, everything a morning's known. He watched her every morning from his place, tucked beside a rose pot full of grace. His white fur bright against the terracotta till she'd passed ahead. Then followed soft on paws that made no sound, up the marble stairs without a bound. She never knew exactly when he came, but every morning played exactly the same. She'd turn around and there he'd always be, 2 steps behind her quietly and free. She'd laugh and wait and he would pass her by and lead the final stairs into the sky. The cat watched her pass every morning, then followed without any warning. 2 steps behind her up the stair, white fur floating in the air. He led the last steps of the climb. The cat watched her pass every time. She brought the basket and he brought his calm. The morning gave them both its open palm. She brought the grapes and baguette from the square. He brought the patience only cats can bear. They reached the top together every day, without a word, without a plan to say. Just 2 creatures in the morning light who'd found their morning perfectly just right. The city spread below their morning view, the dome above them catching morning blue. She reached down once and touched his morning ear, and both of them confirmed the morning clear. The cat watched her pass every morning, then followed without any warning. 2 steps behind her up the stair, white fur floating in the air. He led the last steps of the climb. The cat watched her pass every time. There's a companionship that needs no words, that happens between staircases and birds, between a woman and a morning cat, between a climb and something gentle at the landing where the roses always grew, between the white, the pink, and morning blue. The cat watched her pass every morning, then followed without any warning. 2 steps behind her up the stair, white fur floating in the air. He led the last steps of the climb. The cat watched her pass every time. Watch and follow, step by step. Every morning, carefully kept, she goes up and he goes too. The cat and her the whole way through. She came before the city woke its eyes, before the market noise could start to rise, before the bells announced the opening square. The staircase was entirely hers to share. She looked below and saw the sleeping roofs, the orange tiles still caught in morning grooves of shadow that the night had left behind. A city that was soft inside her mind. She felt the whole of morning just before the city's every day would stir. The white cat pressed against her morning hem, and both of them stood guard above for them. The city slept below her on the stair. She and the morning had it all to share. Orange rooftops, quiet, still and warm, the city in its softest sleeping form. She stood above and breathed it in with care. The city slept below her on the stair. The dome above the city caught first light, a beacon transitioning from night. She watched the gold creep slowly down the side and felt the morning opening up wide. The cypress tree stood black against the glow, then greened as morning let its color show. She held the basket tighter in the cool, as if the morning used her as a tool to witness the waking of the old square, to carry morning fruit through morning air, to be the first one up the marble stair before the city rose from everywhere. The city slept below her on the stair. She and the morning had it all to share. Orange rooftops, quiet, still and warm, the city in its softest sleeping form. She stood above and breathed it in with care. The city slept below her on the stair. A sleeping city is a gift to those who rise before its morning music grows, into the sound of everything awake, before the first alarm, before the break of ordinary morning into day. She has this moment, and she chose to stay. The city slept below her on the stair. She and the morning had it all to share. Orange rooftops, quiet, still and warm, the city in its softest sleeping form. She stood above and breathed it in with care. The city slept below her on the stair. City sleeping, she above, morning filled with quiet love. She will watch until it wakes, every morning all it takes. She'd climbed the staircase many times before, but reaching the top at dawn was something more. The last step brought her level with the sky, where morning opened up without goodbye. The dome beside her caught the earliest gold, a story only first light people told. She set her basket on the highest stone and stood above the city all alone. The white cat arrived beside her at the top, as if he'd never once considered stop. He pressed his flank against her morning leg, and both of them stood witness to the beg. She reached the top at dawn today, where the morning leads the way. Basket down and arms spread wide, the whole city spread inside. The view below, the sky above. She reached the top at dawn with love. grapes inside the basket caught the light, that very first and most important light. The purple turned to something close to red, the green ones glowed like morning lies ahead. The baguette, golden in the golden sun, was twice as warm as any morning run. She held it up and let it catch the glow, and felt the morning put on quite a show. The roses on the top step were the last, the fullest blooms that every morning passed. She breathed them in and felt the whole thing clear, the dome, the city cat, and grapes all here. She reached the top at dawn today, where the morning leads the way. Basket down and arms spread wide, the whole city spread inside. The view below, the sky above. She reached the top at dawn with love. The top of any staircase in the morning is not an ending, just a gentle warning that the day will come and take the quiet, that this moment lives before the riot of the ordinary, the loud, the known. This top step is the softest she has known. She reached the top at dawn today, where the morning leads the way. Basket down and arms spread wide, the whole city spread inside. The view